Hi boys and girls, today I'm going to show you how to draw a person that is around 6, 7, maybe a younger 8 years old. Now a person that's that tall is going to be 5.5 heads tall. So if I measure the head, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5, your feet should end up right down at the bottom of the page. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to give you a few tips on if you're making pants, shorts, or a dress or a skirt. So on the right, I'll have that one be the one wearing pants. And remember, not just boys wear pants. I wear pants all the time. You can make that one with pants and this one with a skirt. So the first thing I'm going to do is right underneath my head, I'm going to add a neck. Now there's a lot of bones and muscles in there, so I try not to make it too thin. You could make it straight or you can make it a little curved. That is up to you. Underneath our neck, we have our shoulders. I'm going to make that go a little bit past where this line of my underarm is right here. So straight, straight. It may go down just a little bit. It's kind of up to you. So this part here will be for my arms, but since that's a little harder, let's skip on to the next part. Down here below at the bottom of your letter H is going to be your pants or skirt or shorts. Now this line is where my shirt is or where my belly button is. So my legs do not separate starting there. I'm going to go down just a little bit and I'm going to make either one line or you can add 2 lines. I am going to leave some space at the bottom for my shoes. Now if you're doing shorts, just know that your knee is in the middle right here. So if you're adding shorts, you may want to come past that line a little bit so it doesn't look like they're too tight. So now I've got some shorts, I've got some pants, I can add pockets, I can add a belt, whatever's going to make it look a little bit more unique and make it look like what you would do on your paper. Do your jeans have rips in them? Like those fancy pants that people buy that have holes and rips in them. Your shoes will be right down here. So if you want to do a shoe that's facing the front, I just kind of do a curved line, and that's like you're looking at your shoe from the front. You could also do one where it sticks out to the side, and you can draw what your shoe looks like. Maybe I have on some Nikes. So this side shows you pants, this side would show you if you're doing shorts. Now for a girl, your knee is still in the middle. Remember, girls can wear fancy pants too. I wear them all the time. Just know that your knee is in the middle, so I don't want to make my skirt too short way up here. I want to make it at least to my knee or even longer. I could make it go way down here, and I'm kind of going past that line a little bit. I can disguise that line when I color my dress later. Now I've only got one line for my leg, and I know that my body's not made of sticks. It has muscles and bones in there, so I need to at least make another line so it looks like I have something I can color in for my feet later. If you want to make some heels, you can make a diagonal line. You can bring this part straight down and then put a little triangle in there, and then it looks like you've got some high heels on. Or just like you did on this side, you could always just do that curved line because we really see our feet from the front. Let's say I have a little buckle in there. Maybe I have on some socks. So there just shows you a couple examples. Remember, you can do your own thing as long as you have something to color in. I'm going to make it look like she has on a long skirt, so I might add in some lines. Now my shirt line up here, if it's a t-shirt, you can draw a curved line. If it is a jersey, you could make a V. If it has collars, like buttoned up shirts, you can make a couple triangles in there and add some buttons on. Just something, like I said, that's going to make it look really interesting and make it look like what you would want your clothes to look like. Now for the arms, that's where it gets a little tricky because your arms from your shoulder to your elbow is the same size as one head. The same thing from my elbow to my wrist, and it bends at an angle. It doesn't curve like a noodle. We would look really weird. So let's say I want this girl's arm on this side just to come straight down. So if I measure my head and start by my shoulder and draw how far down, that's where my elbow's going to be. If I make it go down that same amount again, that's where my wrist is going to be. Now the only thing I have to do is start right here by where my underarm is. I know that's a funny word. I'm going to make a line that kind of follows side by side, like a sidewalk that would never touch. That's called parallel. So let's say this one, I want it to go up. Measure, start at the shoulder, make it go up. Start at the underarm. You're just going to follow it right next to this one, and where those two lines meet, you've got your elbow. Now for hands, hands are up to you. You might see all of your fingers. You might see just the front. You may see the back. Take a look at it and see what it looks like. I can kind of see a circle here. So if I'm going to show my hand holding something, I'm going to go over here and kind of make this round. And then I'm just going to make some bumpy lines to make it look like my fingers. I might have a thumb over here. And then I can hold something in my hand. Maybe I want to have a big ice cream cone. Put something in your hands. Make it look interesting. Make it look like something you would actually like to see. This one, maybe I just see the front of my hand. Maybe I have a thumb. Maybe I want to put it in my pockets. I'll show you that on the other side. Now for short sleeve shirts or tank tops, you'd go up there. For long sleeves, you would go here. For short sleeves, you can go down here. Or look, I can even put a Fitbit on there. Coach Dodge would appreciate that. Now, for another couple ways of doing arms, if you want to show those muscles, remember it's still from shoulder to elbow, from elbow to wrist, bends at an angle, and then maybe I'm just kind of showing my fingers in here like I'm curling them up on the sides. If you don't like the way that looks, make up your own thing. Maybe he has short sleeves. Now if you want to hold something in front of you, like on this one here, I started at my shoulder out to my elbow, one head size, and I followed it with this line. And then from here to here, I measured the head and went this way. So I went over that way, and then this line went over, and then I just kind of connected them where my elbow was. So if you're holding something in front of you, like a little stuffed animal or a bouquet of flowers or a microphone, that's another option. One thing you don't want to do is have a really short little arm and put your fingers right here, because it's kind of like a T-Rex. Tiny little arms, you wouldn't be able to hold anything. And fortunately, you're lucky enough to have your full use of your arm, so we want to see both parts of it. So there are just some options. If you'd like, you have your arm go out, arm go down. Oh, I told you about the pocket. Right here, if I have my arm go out, that's the size of one head. I make that go into my pocket, and now I don't even have to worry about it. Some other things that you might want to do when you draw your person is, we know this top part is going to be where our hair is going to be. If it's a girl, you might go up there and add another line coming around. So look, this didn't have to be a boy. Girls like to wear the same type of clothes that boys do as well. My nose is somewhere in the middle there. My mouth, if you just want to do a smiley face for now, you can. Or you can try to add lips on there. You may want to use the skinnier Sharpies if you're doing something like that. Or just have your mouth open and make it look like my mouth is open. The eyes, I'm going to show you over here. Sad face, happy face with a circle. You can add some eyelashes, you can add some eyebrows. The nose, if you just do a little letter L, it's fine. Here's lips again. If you go up, down, and then curve around, you can make some lips. But like I said, you might want to use the pen Sharpie. Now, let's say I'm drawing my eyes and oh my goodness, I messed up. I could always make some sunglasses, connect them together, and then look, I have on some shades. I can add a bow, I can add a hat, anything that's going to make your picture look more interesting, more creative, more different than everybody else's. Don't forget to write your code at the bottom. If I'm in red group, I would put 1R, orange would put 1O. Write your name here. I'm going to write Miss Adams, but you write your name. So that's just a few tips on how I drew a person. The hand, if you're trying to show your fingers, if you make a thumb and then a mitten kind of shape, you can always put 3 lines in there to show fingers. Or if you know how to do it this way, you can always do bumpy lines. Oop, I'm missing a finger. So there's just some tips. Hope this helped you out. If you have any questions or you need to go back and look at a space, just rewind, go back and watch that spot over. Have a great day. Good luck.